Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic. And I love playing colorless decks. And this deck isn't fully colorless because we are technically playing Tempered Steel, 4 copies. But really, everything else in the deck is colorless, so we're just going to let that slide and say, meh, we're playing colorless. So, Forsaken Monument is the new card from Zendikar Rising that is making this deck possible. And this is a deck that already was seeing play. Tempered Steel was already around, giving all artifact creatures you control +2/+2. Well, Forsaken Monument does the same type of thing, but even more powerful. Unfortunately, it's legendary. I really wish this was a non-legendary artifact, but for 5 mana, you get all your colorless creatures you control get +2/+2, so already with Tempered Steel. It does say colorless creatures, so actually our Crawling Barrens also counts for that, which is pretty sweet here. I think also all like Eldrazi would count as well, so just something to remember for your EDH players there. And then whenever you tap a permanent for colorless, you add an additional colorless mana, which is so sweet. So like our Palladium Myrrh, I believe, because it's tapping, the way that it reads, it would end up adding 4 mana instead of 2 because it's tapping for 2. I'm not totally sure there. But all of our lands here, besides our plains, our Shephet Dunes can tap for colorless. Our Bonder's Enclave, all these things can tap for colorless. So everything that taps for colorless here, Mindstone as well, ends up adding extra mana. So while we're playing a really aggro deck of just like putting a bunch of 1/1 or 0-cost creatures out into the battlefield really quickly and trying to get to Tempered Steel or whatever and hit in for damage really quickly. We can also be playing this rampy style deck with Palladium Myrrh and everything and go full on into 3 copies of Ugin Spear Dragon. Most Tempered Steel decks don't play, I don't think they play the full 3 copies. It is great because your stuff doesn't blow up, their stuff does. That's a good trade-off, where with our deck, all of a sudden, all of our lands become extra ramp for us. This is more protected than Nissa, to an extent, although it would be kind of sweet to go into green for Nissa as well because Nissa kind of works with it. But anyway, like all lands that end up being creatures are colorless as well. So there's actually a pretty sweet deck you can go there with Nissa and Forsaken Monument too. Just a heads up. Anyway, and then this also says that whenever you cast a color spell, you gain 2 life as well. So trading off, putting this out there on turn 5 usually feels like kind of a dead play, but if you already have colorless creatures, sweet. If you have a lot of things to cast on the next turn, sweet. You get to gain a ton of life back. So even if you get hit, you get to put out a ton of life, a ton of bodies, and they are all pumped up from it anyway. So you just have good blockers. So for Forsaken Monument, I'm just really hyped on this card. I think it's really cool. It does take enough good cards to really work with it. That's why we're jumping into this format now, where a lot of these cards are in standard right now. In fact, most of these cards in standard right now, except for Mindstone, Ornithopter, Tempered Steel, and a ton of good land base here. So this deck can always be played fully in standard, which would be really sweet. So I don't know, maybe we do go ahead and try it out there as well. I just feel like you needed to have the Tempered Steel to be able to actually have a full chance at making sure that you had a good early aggressive play, because playing this on turn 5 isn't fast enough to really turn it into an aggro deck. Then you're wanting to play maybe like a more control-y type deck or whatever. And so really excited to try this out with Tempered Steel. In the games I've tested, it's really, really fun. It does have some really explosive plays, as well as Crawling Barrens probably being just one of my favorite cards of all time now because of Forsaken Monument or whatever. Like, it's just, when all of this stuff gets to add extra mana and you have Crawling Barrens and Forsaken Monument on the battlefield, all of a sudden you can just dump so much mana into this Crawling Barrens. And so it's really cool. It's really fun. And so overall, I hope you guys enjoy the deck and enjoy the gameplay here. And wish me luck as we go along. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of stuff. It definitely helps out a ton. And let's dive into it. Wish me luck. Here we go. All right, up against Osmophosis. And if we find a white source, it'd be sweet. We kind of have one with Field of Ruin, which we could take the whole turn 3 to do that. Up against a Lurrus deck, I think we need to be a little more aggressive, though. So we're going to go ahead and mulligan this one away. It could have been a pretty cool hand, but yeah, I like the idea of a little more ramp. So keep this, drop the Tempered Steel, ramping up to the Forsaken Monument, and hope that that's enough. Alright, go Ginger Brute. Let's see, what's all in the graveyard? Let's go no attacks, pass the turn. Kroxa. Drop the other Ginger Brute. The interesting thing with Forsaken Monument is just any colorless spell still gains you 2 life. I really am wanting to find a way to use this in like just a control deck somehow. It sounds really fun to me. Alright, pass the turn. I could have attacked in there. I misplayed. I forgot about the one to give it haste and unblocked. Pyromancer. Thoughtseize. Oh. Alright. Takes the Palladium Ore. Alright. That still gives us a pretty good chance of actually doing something with this monument, though. Okay, pass to my turn. Ugin. Oh, man. Give me a land, deck. Give me a land. Alright, no Thoughtseize. Give me a land. Life is great. This will be sweet. Can they just cast the Kroxa? Okay, they're one card away from that working. Swing, swing. We'll just take it. No blocks. No Thoughtseize. No discard. Kroxa will also be annoying. Alright, so Crawling Barrens, we have 4 mana. Just put 2 counters onto it. It'll be a good blocker for us in the future. That's a land. Sweet. Alright, Forsaken Monument. Now, again, no discard. No anything. Life is good. Don't worry about it. Oh, man. Alright, so they actually go for the discard with Kroxa here by losing the Pyromancer. I don't think so. I feel like that's gotta... They gotta be willing to just take 3 here, right? Alright, good. Down to 11 past the turn. Ugin coming down next turn. Potentially. Alright, claim the Firstborn. That's fine. Take a beat. Alright, so everything taps for extra mana. So we actually have 10 mana available to us right now. Village Rites draws a card. Please no Thoughtseize. Do not do it. Don't do it. Only 1 card left. Why would you want a Thoughtseize? You definitely don't want to do that. But not bringing the Lurrus back to hand. Very interesting. Let's add 2 here. Ugin. Alright. -2. Pass the turn. Alright. Does Ugin do it? That basically shuts down their deck. And this is the reason why it's in the deck, is for these kinds of ones. I don't think they have a ton of answers for it either. Like with Lurrus, they can't have Swift End. A lot of the things that kill, like that would kill Ugin as well, kind of go away here. Brings Lurrus to hand. All right, Chef at Dunes. All right, we're fine. So we're just going to +2 onto the Arcane Vessel. They can bring it back next turn, but we can also just negative, and so that's fine. So Crawling Barrens. Take action. Go to combat. Attack in. Okay, now we activate it 2 more times. All right, so we get it for 12. All right, I actually was thinking it was 10. I miscounted there. And that's the game. There you go. Not too shabby. All right, so it does have 10 counters. I think colorless creatures. I was thinking it was colorless artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. So I actually misread the Forsaken Monument there before this game. And dude, it's sweet. Being able to plus up on the Crawling Barrens as well is very, very cool. All right, this is a sweet hand. We will keep it. Not amazing, but I mean, that's kind of what these hands typically look like, right? All right, let's go for the Puppet. I guess I should go for Gingerbrute first, huh? More ramp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 8. So I guess we keep it, just in case. The nice thing about Inquisitive Puppet is maybe they forget and swing it with Llanowar Elves. Yeah, they're not doing that. Should have gone with Gingerbrute first, probably. That is a lot of ramp. One nice thing, though, is that Ugin doesn't really do a ton against us. Alright, pass turn. This could be a Morog deck, potentially. You can play just a bunch of cheap stuff and play out a Morog and actually be pretty good. In fact, I will probably be building that deck in the future. That sounds really fun. Okay, swings in. No blocks. Down to 18. Ornithopter. We'll pass the turn. There's a Scoot Swarm. Alright, can we get to Ugin before we're dead? That is the main question. So they can use Fill the Dead to hit another land drop. But they're going to wait till they get to 6 here first. Pass to my turn. Tempered Steel. Well, that's not a bad play here. Palladium Myrrh. And Ornithopter. No attacks. Pass the turn. Pretty big board. We get a hit for a lot. Ugin comes down next turn. As long as everything goes well enough. Hits the Bonner's Enclave. Grab a Plains. It's crazy how much white mana we have this game versus, you know, most games. We really don't have that much. Did you hit a land? Alright. Scoot Swarm is off to the races. And now it will be dead. Yep, that's game. Alright, so what is this X3? So we lose the Tempered Steel, unfortunately. But totally worthwhile. Create some food tokens, yeah. Gonna slow down the game a bit. But now you're top decking for forever. We at least have some power on the board. And we get to draw in a few turns. Yeah, Tempered Steel goes away, which is unfortunate. Swinging with Gingerbrute. Pass the turn. A Crawling Barrens would be pretty sweet as well, just to create some more power. Forsaken Steel would be the best, actually. That'd be sweet. Yeah, Ugin just like shuts down their deck completely, and we get to keep stuff on board, and that's the reason why there's a lot in there. Like it's a great alternate win condition, and I like it. Up against Vaya con Dios, and we shall keep this. Get out the white mana first. Go attacking. Down to 19, pass the turn. Radiant Fountain, gain some life. Go attacking. Not finding the white mana. I was worried that we didn't have enough white sources in the deck, and it's kind of paying off here, or it's seeming to be so. Ooh, yeah, okay. That's fine, though. Attack in. See if they have a counterspell here. Down to 17, Palladium Myrrh. Pass the turn. We can start pumping up Crawling Barrens the turn after this, so we can at least have something else going for us. We get to have 5 power on the battlefield swinging in, which isn't too bad. And that's protected from board wipes. Settle the Wreckage, not so much, though. Not a white source. Alright, so I could play another Palladium Myrrh. We can ramp up to Ugins that we don't have. I think I'd rather just go for Crawling Barrens. Oh, I used the wrong one. Oops. You're welcome. There you go. I always forget. I always think it says and it gains haste on Crawling Baron. So it turned into an elemental. It did not give it haste though, so I activated the wrong one there. So a misplay, 2 points of damage. We'll see if those 2 points of damage hurt us in the end. And it very well might. We'll see. Mind Stone. Holding a potential counterspell. Or like a seal away. Ashiok. Can't search the library. That's fine. So this one is artifact creatures. Forsaken is just colorless creatures. Okay, pass to my turn. Inquisitive Puppet. Alright, so you kill Ashiok. You swing here, you swing here. I'm not sure Ashiok really was necessary for us to kill, but if they are milling out, just stopping some mill is nice. That does seem like it's really good against all the ramp decks right now, with all the Fable Passages, and people even bringing like Evolving Wilds in to be a little bit better. Not too shabby. Elspeth Conquers Death just to get rid of the Palladiumer. Seems rather desperate, especially when we can hit in for quite a bit here. Okay, Cascading Cataracts. We can now use Tempered Steel. We can actually... 1, 2, 3, 4. We can almost cast both of them. If we hit land next turn, we can. Let's just go Crawling Barons again and play Inquisitive Puppet. That way, Tempered Steel ×2 could be really, really good here. Okay, down to 5. Inquisitive Puppet. Oh, we do get to keep the land, and if ECD wasn't going off next turn, it would work. So I think we dig for something better now, because we can still, with Cascading Cataracts, we can still play our Tempered Steel. So pass the turn. All right, so Board Wipe doesn't get us. Settle the Wreckage does. Teferi, Master of Time.
It takes impressive knowledge to be a temporal.
That will at least save him for a turn. 3 more mana. They could have Absorb. Neutralize. Bummer. I guess just going with Crawling Barons would have been better there. We actually had a chance to threaten lethal, which would force them to use the Teferi. A Brazen Borrower would be really annoying, though. Is Brazen Borrower non-land permanent? It's amazing all the different things that Crawling Barons can dodge. Oh, darn it.
I know my responsibility.
Teferi comes out.
Hold that thought. I do love a good puzzle.
Ashiok gains some more life. Kind of forcing us to play out the Cascading, the Crawling Barons now. Mill 4. A lot of bad stuff. That's fine to go away. Okay, draw something good. And Ugin would be pretty sweet if it resolved. So the biggest issue here would be Settle the Wreckage. They already have an answer for the Crawling Barons, so that's annoying. Draws a card now. Interesting. Untaps 2 lands. Do you have another counterspell? Am I playing out Tempered Steel, or do I just want another attacker for these guys? Let's go ahead and just activate this as another attacker. Wander's Enclave. Yeah, we're going Crawling Barrens. Alright, swing you there. We need to swing 2 here, so he doesn't do it on the next turn as well. Let's see if they have Settle. Yeah, it phases it out. That's fine. Alright, that gives us at least a shot. Play Inquisitive Puppet. Now if they board, if they wipe as well. So because this is phased out, it's kind of interesting how it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have Palladiumer. It's another win con that we can go for. If we get to it, we should be able to win. So pass the turn. Board wipe doesn't kill the Crawling Barrens.
You know what? I'm not.
Draws a card.
Ideas like seconds.
Field of Ruin. Oh no. Oh, Field of Ruin is terrible here. So Field of Ruin is the answer that they're needing for Crawling Barrens. Oh no. That also loses ramp for us as well. Shadow the Sky. Holding up the Field of Ruins. Yeah, okay. Dang it, milled over the Ugin. How many other Ugins do we have? We may be dead now. Just the one. And we have how many other Ugins? 2 more? Alright, Tempered Still. Destroys it now. Yeah, that's fine. We actually needed 1 more land there, so I'm actually kind of happy with that. Now we can play out our entire hand. Not that it helps a ton, especially because the puppet doesn't even work for us with cycling, or with the scry. But we get some more damage on board. Ooh, neutralize. Rude. And Inquisitive Puppet.
Time to improvise.
Oh no! What are the odds that they don't use the Ashiok? I guess we throw it to the bottom, and then we hope that we can shuffle and get it on top. Like if I had left up the Mind Stone, this would be fine. So I guess I should have played the Inquisitive Puppet first, huh? Whatever. Oh man, okay, how do we win now? It probably is impossible. The Field of the Dead draw was what killed us there. They really probably didn't have another answer for the Crawling Barrens besides that. But because they had it, we tried to go for the other plan of getting Ugin out, and I just forgot about the Ashiok. So yeah, we're done for. We could try to find the Ugin, but guaranteed they have more counter spells in hand now. They get to draw like 4 more cards before we get to do anything, and so the odds of winning there are so low that it's not really worth it there. Man, that's a lot of 3 drops. We're on the draw, so we can hopefully find a 1 or 2 drop here, but I love the ramp. Let's go ahead and try this hand out. I don't think this is a hand you typically keep, but I don't have a ton of reason to not keep it. And so this is for experiment's sake. We're going to test this out. Play the Shepherd Dunes. I guess this is the time that we don't want to be pinging ourselves too much, especially against goblins. There's a puppet, alright. Yeah, to the bottom. We need to hit a payoff of some sort. Pass the turn. Snoop. Okay, pass to my turn. So I'm actually going to fire off the Palladium Myrrh first here, because this lets us play both Tempered Steels on the next turn, and leave us just with some massive creatures that hopefully will be enough. Alright, so they have 5 mana, 6 mana. Do you have it? Alright, no Muxus just yet. Goblin Matron. Sacks Wily Goblin. Did they not sacrifice a creature to make that work? Why? What? Oh, it costs less because of this. There we go. Alright, that makes more sense. So yeah, we're in trouble. I've decided. Pass to my turn. Holy crap, we're about to be dead. Alright, so Tempered Steel. Ginger Brute as a blocker. I tapped it wrong anyway. Probably going to use him as a blocker regardless. So let's actually just go Mind Stone, Ginger Brute. Protect our ramp a little bit and just see if we can maybe hit the Ugin off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite enough. Muxus. Whiff, 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 whiff. That counts as a whiff, right? Yeah, not really. Oh man, goblins. Got to love them. Digs for the Skirt Prospector. There's some sweet music for this one. I actually really like it. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're not like dead, but we're not gonna be looking good here. Alright, well, block here. We could trade off with one of these guys. At this point, I don't think it really matters how much extra cheapness they have of things. Skirt Prospector's on top as well. Alright, we'll concede. We know that we don't have the Ugin. I needed to play out the Palladium Myrrh as well to get the chance for Ugin there. So I guess I should have done that. Try to stay alive for one more turn, play out the Ugin if we had it. I really wish Arena had the ability to draw the card, because hindsight would have been really nice, even though it doesn't matter at all. But it would have been nice. Alright, up against Ule Primo, and we'll keep it. Ginger Brute. It is kind of weird. Because of Forsaken Monument, we do want to prioritize things with colorless mana a little bit more than just the basic planes. Robber the Rich. Alrighty. Being on the draw, they normally wouldn't be able to get much there. That's kind of annoying that they're able to steal something because of the... And maybe they went for a mulligan just so they could do that. Ugin off the top. If they steal it, that's fine, because we're pretty far away from it anyway. And we can get to Forsaken Monument. So I want it on top. If they steal it, that's fine. Just annoying. Actually, no attacks. Pass the turn. Because we can't actually kill the Robber of the Rich here. Robber number 2. Not enough cards to start stealing stuff, though. Now they have enough. The one reason why Ugin, I was okay with them stealing it, is because the odds of them getting 2 Ugin in an aggro deck like this, like, it most likely won't come into play. That's the dream, at least. Okay, Mind Stone, number 2. Well, we have Forsaken Monument next turn, at least. We can even draw a card still. Alright, keep that on top for the Robber. Pass the turn. Ooh, Chandra's Spitfire. Interesting. Yeah, no blocks. Let's go ahead and draw a card here. Okay, go to my turn. Enclave, Monument. Well, we can start gaining life, and now we have a good blocker. Pass the turn. And we have a ton of ramp. If we find an Ugin, it's going to be sweet. Up to 5 mana. Maybe they actually do end up playing the Ugin here. Interesting. Pillar Flame. So much ouch. Okay, we need a flyer. Ornithopter. Or the snake would be the best. Oh, is that lethal? Ah, good game. Ah, so close, so close. Alright, up against the Bereckoning. And we have the white mana for the Tempered Steel. Ugin, a little bit awkward in this hand, but we'll still keep it. I mean, this is a lot of power on turn 3. Oh, discard that deck. Oh, maybe not. It's not the normal one. I guess we don't have to play out colorless mana here. Go Plains, Inquisitive Puppet. Scry. Interesting. This completely relies on us actually hitting Tempered Steel or not. If we get it, then yeah, this is worthwhile. I think I'd rather still even go for other stuff. Like, I'd rather hit a Forsaken Monument or whatnot. So yeah, pass the turn. That could be a good turn 2 play to get it something else, but like, even like a snake would be better here. Stitcher Supplier. Lots of stuff in the graveyard. Phyrexian Tower. Get some more mana. Mills more stuff. Pretty sweet stuff there. God Pharaoh's Gift. Ugin can't hit the God Pharaoh's Gift, unfortunately. But they're still a ways off from actually getting it, unless they have Gate in hand. Then they actually might have it next turn. Uh-oh. Wait, they need 5 mana. Okay, pass my turn. Ornithopter just has another blocker for us. Pass the turn. We might want to bring out Field of Ruin just to get rid of the Phyrexian Tower, honestly. And to stop trying as many planes. Doesn't attack. Okay. Okay, Tempered Steel. Swing with Ornithopter. Alright, Forsaken Monument. The next 2 cards. Actually, the best thing would be Palladiumer, Forsaken Monument. Life would be great. Uh-oh. Alright, they get a God's Pharaoh's Gift. Yeah, this seems a little bit busted. Yeah, resolve. More creatures into the graveyard. Turns into God Pharaoh's Gift. And still has 2 mana floating. Maybe I should have just gone for just to get rid of the Phyrexian Tower there. Goes to combat. What are the payoffs here? Massacre Worm seems good. Priest, Fiend Artisan seems really good. Nothing really seems bad when it becomes a 4/4 though, right? Yeah, a 14/14 is okay. Oh my goodness. Alright, block, activate. We at least get a block another turn here. So we can still survive a turn or 2. Kind of. Palladia does help us do that. Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. So Massacre Worm comes out next turn. If they have another Massacre Worm in hand, then we're just dead. Alright, just exiles stuff. Plays Woe Strider. Yeah, Massacre Worm definitely the best one here, at least killing something. Priest. Oh. Swings in with it. Interesting. Alright, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So close to this Ugin. Okay, Chef at Dunes. Ginger Brute. Let's go ahead and just Field of Ruin. Castle Lochthwain as well. Whatever. Phyrexian Tower. All right, if we can hit the Ugin, it doesn't win us the game for sure, but it's helpful. Very, very helpful. Pass the turn. Not keeping fodder for the Priest of Forgotten Gods. Interesting. What's on bottom? Woe Strider from hand. Lazatep Reaver. Okay. All right, let us block. Let us block. Sweet. So we get the block. That's at least nice. Priest of Forgotten God can be really annoying here. Because one of our creatures is going to die, actually we end up losing the Palladium Myrrh. Let's really hope that they don't go for that. We can actually turn on a Crawling Barrens as well. All right. Go Ugin. I mean, I guess. Alright, starts killing some stuff. Yeah, Gingerbread goes away. That's fine. I'm forcing them to do it again now. They might lose out on mana overall. Massacre Worm. So it becomes a 4/4 regardless of its normal stats. And so that won't actually win on the next turn for them. But we're going to have another answer soon. So X3 means that we lose the Tempered Still. But we have to do it to get the Woe Striders off. So X3. And now Massacre Worm does 2 more points of damage, so yay. I mean, the nice thing here is Crawling Barrens does kind of come back, work for us. Gate to the Afterlife. How many things are in the graveyard? I don't think they actually have 6 creatures anymore, do they? Oh, yep, definitely do. Oh, no. We're dead. Yeah, we're dead. All right, good game. But they have to hit Massacre Worm as one of them to actually fully be dead, but we are dead. Yeah, there it is. All right, that's game. Now we take 2, and then we get hit for 8, so 10 points of damage. Oh, frustrating. We were close. The double Ugin there at the end, too, to have another answer. Kind of.